Hello students, welcome to Joy Study Point. I hope you all are fine. So today we are starting with this poem, The Heart of the Tree, which has been composed by Cuyler Bunner. So before starting the poem, I'm giving you brief introduction about this poem. So basically this poem begins with a question. By asking that question, Bunner suggests that a tree planter actually plants a lot more than just a tree. And the man who plants a tree has got a bigger heart, the heart of the tree. So now we are starting with stanza wise and I'm giving you a line by line summary. Okay. So you can see first stanza, what does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven anigh, for song and mother croon of bird, in hushed and happy to light heard. The treble of heaven's harmony, these things he plants who plants a tree. So here you can see the poem opens with refrain which asks, what does he plant who plants a tree? Basically this question sets the tone for the entire poem. However, the poet giving the poet himself answers by stating that the man plants a friend of sun and sky by planting a tree. So here you can see the poet himself answers by that the man plants a friend of sun and sky by planting a tree. A plant, that means like a plant grows upward and aims to reach the sun and sky. And secondly the tree needs sunlight and air to survive. And here he plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. That means speaker adds that the man plants a flag, that flies freely in the mild breeze. So the poet here compares the leafy so the poet compares the leafy branches of the tree to the flag, and the stem to the beautiful shaft, what's the meaning of shaft? Means pole. Stem to the beautiful shaft or pole of the flag that stands tall. Towering high means tall, that stands tall. And he plants a home to heaven an eye, for song and mother croon of bird, in hushed and happy to light heard, the treble of heaven's harmony, these things he plants who plants a tree. That means by planting a tree, the man plants a home for the singing birds fly in the sky near the heaven, who fly in the sky near the heaven. So he keeps the earth habitable for birds and helps in maintaining the ecosystem. And in quiet and happy, in quiet in hushed means quiet, in quiet and happy twilight we can hear those birds chirping, which is so harmonious or peaceful to heaven's own tunes. So who plants these things? So in this first stanza you can see the heart of the tree. The poet accentuates the importance of trees, and moreover the use of words like towering high, heavens anigh, and heavens harmony. These are the words are aimed at giving an impression that the work of planting a tree that the work of planting a tree is indeed a heavenly and glorious deed. Okay, and now we are starting with the second stanza, which is also starts with the same question, what does he plant who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest heritage, the harvest of coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. In this stanza, the poet repeats the question to begin a new stanza and attempts to answer again in these lines. So the tree, so the tree he plants providers. He plants a tree who provides us cool shade and helps in bringing rain. Tender means bringing rain. A tree, a tree will produce seed. A tree will produce seed and in future years, but in future years will pass silently, but the tree will remain there through its producing seeds, producing new trees. And trees are the main element. These trees are the main elements that make a plain area green, that make a plain area green and beautiful. So the poet describes the trees as the glory of the plain. So the poet describes the trees as the glory of the plain. Moreover, today's single tree may turn into a forest. A single tree may turn into a forest someday. So by planting a tree, now the man plants a forest heritage. By planting a single tree, the man plants a forest heritage. The poet also mentions that planting a tree today would give fruits in coming days. Our next generation joy and our joy that unborn eyes means our next generation would be delighted, would be joy means delighted, would be delighted seeing so much vegetation and reap its benefits. So all the credit goes to the that man who plants a tree. All the credit goes to the man who plants the tree. So here you can see in this stanza, the poet stresses on the importance of a tree, of planting a tree, on the importance of planting a tree for making this earth a better living place for future generation. And now we are starting with the next stanza. So this stanza, what does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty, and far-cast thought of civic good, his blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of our land. Our nation's growth from sea to sea is tires in his heart who plants a tree. So basically you can see this stanza also starts with the same question by planting, and the poet is also giving answers, or the poet himself answers this question. By planting the tree, the man shows his love and loyalty for his home means for his earth, his sense of civic duty, and he also shows the sense of civic duty and his blessings on the neighborhood. All these are reflected in the sap. All these things are reflected in sap and leaf and wood in every cell of the tree. And by planting a tree, the man directly or indirectly contributes to the nation's growth. And you also say this thing, this kind of man growth has growth in his hand of the nation. When a tree is planted, it sets in motion. It sets in motion the progress of a nation from sea to sea. And all these starts from the progressive thought in the man's heart who plants a tree. So you can see here the capitalization of H in this word his. In this word his indicates that the man who plants a tree, is all powerful and the destiny maker of a nation, the destiny maker nation of a nation. So here you can see the last line. This is the last line. The last line is very important and it talks about the man's heart, his feelings, his dreams, and his wishes behind planting the tree. So you can say this, like these things also lead to the poem's title, The Heart of the Tree. So here you can see this is the best explanation of this poem. Thank you everyone. I hope you like this.